Hello, Pearl. Hit that thumbs up as you're rolling in. Happy Hump Day.
Mind you can't control, running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds.
Let's go.
Keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
What number like are you? Let me know. 31 Danielle. Thank you.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
All right, Stitch. Thank you. Cindy, thank you. That's sweet, man. Thank you so much. Hello, Catherine, Matthew, Holly, Princess, Beth Ann, Hatters. You have been at my house all day. 77. Tar, Bridget, Butterfly, Ann, Fine Summer, Janet.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Thank you, dear. I love Mr. and Mrs. E.
I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know. You played me just like a flute. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Sure will, Noodle. Candy. We're here, Cecilia.
Let's take it
It is. That is.
slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
Here.
Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is July 17th, 2024, 10:07 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. As you're coming in, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. Good to see you all. Thank you all. You guys are so sweet. We are a family here. All right. There is some sad breaking news. I was live just a little bit earlier. Wasn't really true crime related. I did relay it on that message as well. So let me pop it up here. According to the Corpus Christi Police Department, one second. According to the Corpus Christi Police Department, um, Caleb Harris remains has been located, or not located, pardon me, has been confirmed that it was indeed his remains that was found very close to his home in a storm water type contraption. I don't know what exactly it's called. I can't. Forensic analysis with the University of North Texas Center of Human Identification have determined that the human remains found inside the city wastewater lift station, that's what it's called, last month are most likely those of missing person Caleb Harris. City workers conducting maintenance at the Perry Place wastewater lift station located off the 5300 block of Lexington Road discovered the remains inside the wastewater collection well during the afternoon of Monday, June 24th, and immediately contacted the police department. The remains, which bore no obvious signs of homicide, again, the remains which bore no obvious signs of homicide were transported to the medical examiner office for examination. Due to the advanced state of decomposition, pardon me, the medical examiner's office was unable to make an identification nor provide a manner or cause of death at this time. The remains were then sent to the UNTCHI for DNA analysis, along with DNA samples from Harris's parents. According to the missing persons DNA report issued today by UNTCHI, the remains are approximately 2.4 sextillion times more likely to be observed if the unidentified remains originated from a biological child of Caleb Harris's parents, rather than an unidentified remains originated from unrelated individuals from the Caucasian population. Texas A&M Corpus Christi students Caleb Harris disappeared from off-campus apartment in the foggy early morning hours of Monday, March 4th, 2024. The CCPD organized an exhaustive search of hundreds of acres surrounding Harris's apartment complex in the days and weeks following his disappearance. CCPD resources involved in the search included the drone team, bike team, unit 83rd Police Academy class search and recovery dive team, and directed patrol officers. Additional resources included the Coast Guard, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Port of Corpus Christi Police Department, Marine Unit, Texas Search and Rescue, student volunteers from Texas A&M, CC, along with countless additional civilian volunteers. An investigative team consisting of investigators from the police department, criminal investigation division, and organized crime unit, the FBI, the United States Marshal Services, and the Texas Rangers were formed within days of Harris vanishing. Over the course of the following months, investigators executed over 50 digital search warrants, submitted 82 preservation requests, and analyzed over 1,500 gigabytes of data. The remains will be returned to the medical examiner's office, which will then issue the final autopsy report. Although the remains have been identified as Caleb Harris, this investigation remains open. If you have information regarding to the investigation, please contact the Corpus Christi Police Department Criminal Investigation Division at area code 361-826-2840. Again, it's 361-826-2840, or you can submit an anonymous tip at Crime Stoppers 888 tips 888-8477. Wow. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, they're saying that there was no obvious signs of homicide. Um, that, is it just open and shut? Is that what it is? There's no obvious signs of homicide. Now, his state was obviously in an advanced state of decomposition, although I didn't think it was as bad as what they're making it sound. But regardless, it is still open. It's still under investigation. No, Jen, I wish they found Sebastian, honey. I wish. I wish. There, what is going to have for me to have, and I think for the public to have a sound mind, they're going to have to tell me how he got in there. Right? I'm sorry, Lori. That's hard as a mother. Caleb's family are wonderful, wonderful people. Hearts of gold. They are people of tremendous faith, and I wish them all the comfort right now. They have been nonstop staying so steadfast in finding their son, nonstop, classy, whenever they probably didn't have to be or shouldn't have been, but they still remained top shelf. And, I just don't understand how he got in there. How did he get in there? I understand it was foggy. How long had how long had Caleb lived there? There was Wanda says there was manholes without lids in that cornfield. Then that is, wouldn't that be on the city if they're not manning those? I don't know. I don't know. I I mean, I don't understand why he would be roaming through a cornfield at night. I mean, I don't know. Uh hey Lemaire. So I want to uh play some stuff here, maybe if it'll play. Um Bear with me 1 second, y'all. All right. This is coming out of Channel 3 News.
Hi, I'm Victoria Missick, and I teach one of the most diverse.
Okay, 1 second as this ad goes. I mean, it's obviously him. 4.3 sextillion. I believe no news are covering his story. Could absolutely Lemare email me. Here, I'll drop my email. Okay.
The remains that were discovered Monday bore no obvious signs of homicide. This as they're still attempting to make a positive ID. City water employees making that discovery while conducting maintenance operations and immediately called police.
Investigators still have not yet found any link to missing person Caleb Harris, who disappeared from a nearby apartment complex on March 4th. The remains are being sent to the University of North Texas Center for Human Identification. Our Bill Churchwell spoke with the center and has this update.
The medical examiner's office unable to make an ID on the remains discovered Monday afternoon. And because those remains were in such an advanced state of decomposition, they are now being sent to the University of North Texas Center for Human Identification, which is primarily a DNA testing lab.
So when other means of identification for remains or missing persons, such as dental records or fingerprints, when they are not successful, we can perform DNA and then put those samples into the CODIS database.
Melissa Haas is the laboratory director for the center, which has assisted in thousands of missing persons investigations across the country. But in the last couple of years, transitioned to focus on cases specifically in the state of Texas.
In 2023, the group had received 256 unidentified human remains.
The type of remains can range.
They can be more fresh bodies that are recovered, but then we also get skeletal remains that have been in the elements for many, many years, either in clandestine graves or recovered from water.
Their work state funded, which allows them to create a DNA profile. From there,
we then also perform DNA analysis on family reference samples and create pedigree trees for entry into CODIS. And then our hope is that the unidentified human remains or missing person sample will then associate with these family reference samples.
What does it mean to you and your team to be able to help with these cases and bring closure to so many families out there?
Our goal is to answer a question in order to be able to resolve cases and allow families the ability to start that healing process.
A process Corpus Christi police say could take up to 6 weeks. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
That was really low. I apologize. But it was very, very low. I'm trying to look at some wastewater. 1 second. Let's see here.
Howdy, my name's Bud Mason. I'm with the Real Community Assistance Partnership. We're here today to discuss collection systems. Now, I've been involved with wastewater systems for over 25 years, and I was originally told I needed to know 3 things. First, it all goes downhill. Second, the boss is not necessarily a nice person. And 3, payday's Friday. Well, the 3 things I really needed to know concerned the wastewater treatment plant, lift stations, and the out of sight, out of mind component that's made out of many pieces, requires a lot of maintenance and a lot of costs associated with that maintenance, and that's a wastewater collection system. Why is a wastewater collection system so important? Well, it's the first step in removing the waste from your home, and without it, the lift stations would have nothing to lift, and the treatment plants would have nothing to treat. There are 2 different types of wastewater collection systems. There's the sanitary sewer, which only accepts wastewater, and there's also a combined sewer that accepts wastewater along with stormwater. When I say wastewater, I mean the wastewater that leaves your homes and businesses.
Now, this was more of a storm drain, I believe, right?
Businesses through your everyday use. Stormwater includes rainwater and water runoff from parking lots, ditches, and roads. The best way for me to describe a collection system to you is, I want you to think about a tree. On that tree's many leaves. Those leaves are connected to a stem. The stem is connected to a branch, and the branch is connected to the trunk. I want you to think of all those leaves as all the homes in your communities. The city sewers are equal to the branches. You follow the branch down, it hits the trunk. The trunk is generally considered a trunk line, which is the major inflow into your wastewater treatment plant. What we have here is a manhole cover, and it pretty much is what it says it is. It covers the manhole that your employees use to perform access on your sewer mains. They're located anywhere between 350 to 400 feet on a sewer main, or anytime a sewer main changes directions. There's a reason manhole covers are round. That's to keep it from falling to the bottom when the lids are removed. I was also told a long time ago, if you can't fit down a manhole, they can't make you go down one. The reason staff would need to go down.
What did they just say?
Down there. There's a reason manhole covers are round. That's to keep it from falling to the bottom when the lids are removed. I was also told a long time ago, if you can't fit down a manhole, they can't make you go down one.
Okay, if you can't fit down a manhole, they can't make you go down one.
The reason staff would need to go down there would be to perform maintenance if the sewer main is plugged. And anytime staff would need to go down in there, all safety precautions would need to be followed.
That's really scary. Thank you for being 238, hitting that thumbs up, my dear.
What we have here is a lift station. You may see them around town. You may have one by your home. It's part of the collection system. As the way.
Okay. So my question is, did he fall in the lift station or did he fall in the manhole? Or do we know?
Wastewater leaves your home, it flows by gravity through the sewer mains and ends up usually in a lift station. Inside of a lift station is a series of pumps that takes the wastewater and lifts it up so gravity can continue its work as the wastewater flows out to the wastewater treatment plant. Now we're out here at the wastewater plant. At the wastewater plant is where your collection system ends, and it delivers raw sewage to the treatment plant. At the treatment plant, it takes that raw sewage and through various processes turns it into a quality effluent that enters back into the environment. Now, there's an old cowboy saying that says, always draw your coffee water upstream of the herd crossing. No matter where you're at, you're upstream of somebody's drinking water supply. For Rural Community Assistance Partnership, this is Bud Mason.
I'm drinking Fiji. All right. Onward and up. Yeah, that's the music is such a contrast to the context here, really. Yeah. This is why I don't drink city water. Yeah. So he fell or got put in the manhole and got washed to the lift station unless foul play by it. Yeah, I don't think a station worker did anything to him or anything like that. I only use rainwater for my plants, like even my indoor plants and like my greenhouse and stuff. Your plants will grow 1,000 times better. Try me. I'm telling you, if you're bad with plants, collect rainwater. It changes everything. Everything. Yeah, I know even Fiji just got recalled. It's crap. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I see you. I know. But we'll just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see. That's what. Hold on. Where was Justin? It's called a water well. That's what was in the Texas article. Just do not gather rainwater and copper. Wow. I mean, they're just going to have to convince me which hole he went down or something, like how he got down there. I mean, he obviously got down there somehow, but they need to explain to the public this. Yeah. These cases are so strange. It's like these cases anymore are so strange. They are. Yeah, snow water is amazing as well. Um so we're gonna have to just see. I'm not, I'm taking their, I hear them, but I'm not convinced completely yet either. The lids are very heavy to move. They are, but they said out in the field there was holes open. So, I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Just have to see. Um all right. So we're going to move on to, yeah, not yellow snow. We're going to move on to Sebastian Rogers case. And I am wondering something. If Sebastian, or not Sebastian, sorry. I want to make it extremely clear what I'm about to speak on is not factual. This is hypotheses and opinions and theories, what we're going to speak on. So, for instance, if if Chris showed up, hey Faye, if Chris, let's say Chris showed up at, really, he showed up at 5:15 in the morning at his work, right? Why, number one, why would he be there that early? That's question number one. Why would he be there that early? Number one, when he doesn't work until 7 a.m. He doesn't clock in until 7 a.m. Okay? So there's that. Number two, if Chris was there at 5:15, was he at his camper the day before on Sunday? Did you receive my emails sent to Tips for Pearls? When did you send it, Adrian? I'm sure I did receive it, my dear, unless you just sent it in this last little bit or today. If he was he at the camper on Sunday? And if he wasn't, does that mean was? Okay. So you remember, what was the PI that said that they had confirmation that Chris was there at 5:15 in the morning? I think she's a private investigator, or Heather. Heather. It was, I think it was Heather. think it was Heather. Right. So let's look at this for a moment. All right. 5:15. Chris at work. Okay. 5:15. Chris at work. Let's say that. On whose Facebook page? I see you. I heard it from Chloe. I took notes. I thought it was Chloe, but I'm not 100%. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know either one of them. I think I've talked to Heather a couple times, but I don't remember. I think she was on with Smileys or whatever. Okay. It was Chloe. Okay. Courtney. Hello. Whose was it on ICU? I heard it from Chloe. Mohawk said. Okay. And I mean, are they, I don't know anything about them. Are they Justice Warrior Investigates? Okay. I mean, do they seem like they're, you know, trustworthy? You know what? I'm not saying that they're not trustworthy, but I'm saying, are they, you know, how did they get this information? That is Heather's account. Okay. It's on Justice Warriors. Heather wrote on her Facebook, she confirmed CP was at work at 5:15. Okay. Okay, so let's for one moment, let's theorize and say that's true. Right? Let's say that's true, just for the sake of argument right now. 5:15, Chris is seen at work. Okay? Same Heather, who was always on the phone talking to Chris. Is that the one that he like cussed at the night on Web Sleuths? That's him. That's her, right? Hey, Daly. Hey, Kelly. All right. All right. 5:15 at work. All right. One second. Let me look at something. What's it called? Yogi Bear Resort. Give me 1 second so I can think. Okay. Nope. Horn Lake. Horn Lake. All right. I'm going to do some directions here. Google directions. All right. Okay, and St. Jude, Memphis. Okay. All right, so let's look at this for a moment. I want to show you this. All right. Chris, let's say, for instance, he cussed Chloe but was on the phone with Heather. Okay. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. 5:15, Chris is at work. It is a minimum of 22 minutes from St. Jude or from Horn Lake to St. Jude, right? So 15, 7, 450, 4:53. He would have had to leave by 4:53 in the morning, right? So he's going to have to leave by 4:53. Chris, leave work or leave home, leave camper to work. Oops. At 4:53. All right. That's what time he would have to leave if he was there at the camper and showed up there at 5:15 in the morning, right? Oh my Lord, I'm going to pass out. We only have 332 thumbs up. I'm going to faint. I'm going to faint. Hit the thumbs up. Just the tip. Just the tip. Come on. I think someone debunked that was a supervisor crane operated. Well, Kelly, I mean, they didn't start work till 7. We know that. They did not start work till 7. Okay, 3:54. Or sorry. 3:54. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. I'm thinking y'all were saying time. I'm like, what? Sorry, I just had a blonde moment. Okay. Not even asking at all. Just the tip. Thank you, Tia. Thank you. So he's going to have to leave by 4:53. So what time is he going to have to wake up by? See, I see you. I'm not ready to say that's a hard confirmation. I'm not ready to say that personally. I'm not ready to say that's a hard confirmation. I don't know who she talked to. What was his name? Does she have it in writing? Does she have it on video? I'm not ready to say it's a hard confirmation. Yes. You can't start work. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thank you, sweetheart. That's very sweet. Thank you for the birthday gift. Love you, dear. Appreciate you. All right. So, exactly, Justin. That's after the fall. Yes. Yep. Having to fall asleep, shower, dress, coffee. So, respond. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think she would risk her business by telling a lie. Listen, she may not be telling a lie. She may not be telling a lie. She may be telling what she was told. Right? But by who and what? I'm not saying that, but I'm personally, she can have a hard confirmation, but I want to work through these scenarios. You know what I mean? Chris leaves at 4:53. So let's talk about just coming in so sad about yeah, it is Nashville. It's very sad. cameras from job. That's alarming. Right. I'm going to the gas station to get a hot dog. You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Get me one too while you're at it. Thank you, Melissa. It's very sweet. All right. So what time is he going to have to get up by? Yeah, he's definitely not a metrosexual who fusses over his hair. He doesn't have to put on eyeliner and shave and all that. So, you know. All right. So, what? Okay, so we'll give him 30 minutes. What do you want on your hot dog? Everything. Thank you so much, Anne. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate the support. My dear. MTB, wait, seriously, what did MTB say? Oh, it's National Hot Dog today. I bet you Jennifer Coolidge is saying it a lot today. Shower, get coffee, get dressed. 30 minutes. Good luck. Usually trust. Yeah. Yep. We're just looking at all possibilities. But to me, this can only mean two things. He was either at his camper, right? Or he left Hendersonville. He had to be, or he was in Hendersonville Sunday and he left earlier than what we thought. Chris claimed his camper was in Memphis, yet that was another lie. That's true. Crystal, we got it right here. It's 22 minutes. Right? All right. So we're going to give him 30 minutes for 30 minutes. Wake up, dressed. I doubt it if he took a shower, but or no, he probably did take a shower. Shower, coffee. This is if he was there in his little camper, which means it's going to be 4:23. 4:23 a.m. All right. So let's look at this. 4:23. Wasn't he staying at a different campsite then? Nope. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, he was in a different spot, but same campground. Yeah. Yep, he's always been there. All right. So he had to wake up from his camper. No. At around approximately 4:23ish, right? Yeah. Remember, we was the first ones that when they packed up and left and everybody's like, where the hell are they going? We was the one that discovered it first. If we have a doctor appointment at 9 a.m., I am up at 5 a.m., but I am older. I am too, Grace. I'm the same way. And usually if I have to get up really early the next day, I don't sleep good that night because I'm afraid I'll oversleep. Justin, what were the timestamps for the other video that caught the car and flashlights? Since first flashlight video said time was off. She says around 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. From what I understand, but they don't know. You know what I'm going to ask? I'm going to call this person back and ask them if they can tell me the time from that car to the time the trash truck and bus come, because she's like, she said we had to forward it quite a bit, like quite a bit. The trash trucks come up from what I understand about 5 a.m. They start on the road. Oh, Kloops, yeah. Right. So 423. 423 in this scenario. Okay. Well, Chris speaks to Katie until about what? Almost midnight. Is Henderson? That's a good question. What time? Hold on. What time? Okay. You know what? That may be something because the time is off and we don't know if it's on daylight savings time or not. Right? I never thought of that. Because it's not going to change if it's messed up. Where do you get that? I see you. Where do you think that? You don't think he was? Not all people take this. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm talking about like the time zone though. So like we have like spring forward, fall back. Yeah, they're in Central. Hendersonville and Memphis are both in Central. He says he didn't go home. I see you. I'm not convinced of that yet. I'm still not convinced of it. What does he do? Just sit there all weekend? Is that what he does? He just sits there all weekend? Why wouldn't you go home to your family? Why wouldn't you go home to your family? Now, the weekend before, according to the restaurant, right? Maybe he wasn't at home. I don't know, but I trust the source. Could have been at mommy's. Could have been at mommy's. Could have been at mommy's. For sure. I would like to know if that poker party really ever went on or not. What's that, Marilyn? Brenda, thank you, my dear. Diego Justin, look at the Kia Telluride. I think you will find the shaped tail lights interesting. I was behind one and it caught my attention. Okay. Thank you, my dear. Let me see. What is it? Kia Telluride. Oh. That is interesting. Perhaps. What do you think about that? Daylight savings was March 10th. Thank you, my dear. Well, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is when how long had the time been off? Was it ever set to daylight savings time? So that's what we might have to figure out is like, I'll have to ask them if it was set to daylight savings time or not. Right. Well, I mean, whichever one it was set to. Chris would have not been allowed to be around Sebastian. The poker game would count. That's true. That's true. I'm not really convinced about the poker game until I can hear it from someone. You know what I mean? Yes, it could have been set at different time zones, manually changed time. I don't know. The original was off. Well, even the date was off. Even the date was off. Even the date was off. Right. I'm not convinced about the poker party because I haven't heard, I mean, it's not to say, I would just need to talk to the person or they would have to show me something. But I'm the same way about, the Chris being there at 5:15. I gotta hear someone. I gotta see someone. Someone's gotta show me before I can say, yep, he was there at 5:15. Or, yep, he showed up at 6:45. Right. Yeah. Now, timestamp could be faulty. I've seen pictures stamped wrong. Well, the clock on the camera, right, Cindy? Like I need um well, the neighbors lied to me, so I'm not asking anymore. They are clearly covering something. What neighbors? Yeah, well, you know, why did law enforcement want Seth to be convinced that that was a trash truck? I mean, there's no evidence. Now, let me tell you something. I've spoke to the neighbors. Okay. They said that there's no evidentiary value in that. I've talked to the neighbors, right? I said, well, tell me what kind of vehicle that is. Yeah, no evidentiary value, my ass. My ass on that. Yeah. Tell me what kind of car it is then. How that even came about was the person, when Sebastian went missing, she was looking at the night before, and she was she didn't even looking at the night before and sees a freaking car outside, a vehicle rather, outside of her. Yeah, trust me, that neighbor. Oh, I don't believe a wooden nickel when he said that's of no evidentiary value. Personally, I don't believe it. That's coming from me. But the neighbor's like, who the hell's outside who the hell's outside, like sitting in front of my house? Thank you, Angie. No, I don't listen. This is, you think the way you want to think, right? I will tell you my opinion, and I'll tell you everybody else's opinion too, about, what others believe and stuff. You believe, whether take some of mine, throw some, whatever you want, I mean, I just tell you uh I'm with you on that. It has value. Oh, absolutely. Because she couldn't believe. She's like, why the fuck is this? And then 3 minutes or so later, these people come out of, you can see that they're doing something around a car. See, I would love to see that. I would love to see. But they, because what we see, what you and I see, was not supposed to be gotten. It was not supposed to get out. Remember what Nick Barris said on his live? He said they wanted to know where I got that. from. They wanted to know where I got it from. They wanted to know where I got it from. And he said, I can't tell you, because law enforcement was confused about where he got that from, because he did not get it from the neighbor. The neighbor, or the person that has that footage, never gave that footage to Nick. Never gave that footage to Nick. The person who had that footage gave it to one other person, her best friend. Gave it to her best friend. She never thought in a million years she would share it. From what I understand now, they are allegedly no longer friends just because of that. And that friend gave it to Nick Barris, allegedly. That is correct, Mohawk. He did not get it from the house that recorded it. And her friend never thought she would do something like that. And that is why law enforcement did not want that out, but it got out. Now, there's obviously a lot more to that recording, right? But they will not speak about what the rest of that recording. So maybe that little part right there, that little 30 seconds we see there, is not much of any evidentiary value. Maybe it's nothing overall compared to the 5 minutes or so that the entire video is. But that car backs up. And it is seen on other cameras as well. I don't know. But if it doesn't matter, right? If that video doesn't matter, why would law enforcement care how they got it? Why would they care? Why would they want to know your source? They don't give a shit. If they don't care, if it's nothing, why do they want you to ask Nick where he got it from? I cannot confirm anything on that audio. I wish I could. I am still not convinced that it's nothing personally, but I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and say yes that's something or no that's nothing. I don't know. I can't tell you whether it is real or it is fake. So I just have to tell you I don't know what it is. So if I can't confirm it, I'm not going to tell you. Law enforcement always has a favorite reporter to leak certain things. That's true, SCU. Yeah. Law enforcement always says phone anonymous. Now that the sound is supposed to line up somebody else's camera, maybe. I mean, I do know that there are cameras that have audio. 100% there. But I don't know whether it came from any of those. I don't know. if they would tell me, that would be great. But I think that, the neighbors just, I think the neighbors would talk more if Chris and Katie weren't there. Like if they sold their house and moved on. When they recovered him. Blue Angel, that's very funny. Not funny, but it's very interesting you said that. I was having a conversation this morning about that. Just in my opinion, is if they wanted it to look like he just ran away or walked out the door when they recovered him, wouldn't it be close so it would look like he just walked out? Possibly. Possibly. Now, again, let's talk about that. Caleb Harris went missing on his own, allegedly. They're saying there's no sign of homicide, right? No sign of homicide. He was found in a whatever that the manhole thing is, whatever those things are we just talked about. I mean, how long was Caleb missing for? He went missing in what, April? In the Ruckus video reel, I'm still confused on that. Nashville, in my opinion, the Ruckus video is a negative. My opinion only. That's my opinion. Others believe in the Ruckus video. I personally don't. I don't think the Ruckus video is anything. Even if they drain the pond. No, I don't. I mean, I think it has an overspill, but they looked in those. I'm just trying to think, if they wanted to get away with an evil deed, wouldn't they want it to pay out like their story? Mm-hmm. I personally don't believe law enforcement has zero evidence. I don't either. Because I think if they didn't have any evidence, I think some of these neighbors would tell me more, would show me a car backing up, a vehicle backing up. I forgot it. First video was the Ruckus part of the video. You got to remember that Ruckus video is, they've got it replaying over and over, and it's going in super slow motion. It's like 1.5 seconds, but all of this stuff is going on really slowly. It's nothing, in my opinion. And I would bet on that. I'm telling you, that Ruckus video is a nothing burger. Yep, I think it's trees moving, and I'm sorry. I think Sebastian walked off before I would think that Katie and Chris and Sebastian are in somebody's backyard wailing and throwing fist. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I see. You know, I mean, I would literally think Sebastian walked off before I would think that ruckus video. And that's just the truth. Of course, SL. Of course we can agree to disagree. You know, absolutely. Um, Ruckus video was taken out of the main video, and people are claiming it was at their home. Yes. Let me see if I can do an opinion. I've been trying to do one recently, like, you know, if you hit the thumbs up, but it it keeps saying my pages. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Let me check here. Pardon me. Oh, it's going to let me do it. Here we go. Start a poll. Do you think the ruckus ruckus is it AS ruckus clip is legit? Yes, no, not sure. All right. Operators are standing by. Hit me, baby, one more time with a yes, no, or maybe. Can we push for 600 likes? YouTube's been slow today. I don't know what it is. You should have that little thing right there that pops up, and your vote is anonymous. All right. 50% so far. 49% says no. 28% says yes. 24% says not sure. Um, no J for Justice says the ruckus video is real. I mean, you know, anyone can, you know, I mean, us creators, some of us think one thing, some of us think different, you know, that's, you know, we all are just looking to, you know, figure it out. If he moved the trailer for 17 hours, where was it before it went to Yogi? Well, he did not move it for 17 hours, right? He was home and he was gone for 17 hours. He went back to get it, remember? So it's 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. That's 7 hours. Oh, please. Yeah. Please don't mention. Yeah. So there's a 10-hour frame that Chris says that he was packing up everything and getting the trailer ready to come home. I don't know. ICU, do you know if that campground has surveillance? They probably do. I would say that they would. Had to do his breakup 3-hour tour. Yeah. So Laura and Ethan can't get them out of my head. What's that, Faye? Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Katie's, they have cameras, and so does DeSoto County. I don't see that camper being messy with the way Chris is. Not a chance. What was the source that said Secret Service are involved? It's I believe it's on the TBI page even. Fine Summer. Secret Service. Now, when people say involved, Secret Service, FBI is involved, they offer their services, is what they offer. The head of whoever, whether it's Sumner County or TBI, whoever's the head, at this point, Sumner County, it would be Sumner County. They asked for TBI's help, right? And then they requested Secret Service, FBI, all of that for their help on specific things that they are good at, right? Justin, I think, in my opinion, allegedly when CP was gone to get his fifth will for 17 hours, I think it's very interesting. Your stepchild has been missing less than 72 hours, and you pay months in advance, and you have to go get your camper. You're going to leave your wife home alone? Mm-mm. They sure did not call the card team. And that is for sure. They did not call the FBI card team, which says they never thought this was any type of stranger abduction, in my opinion. Eve, he paid anywhere from a month to 3 months in advance. His words. Funny if can you email Justin that info if it's proven? What did Brenda say? Strange that on March, when Katie's family in North Carolina. No. Nope. Not always. Mm-mm. Nope. Only if they are requested, and there was no card team on this. Yep, twisted. If he was found soon after, when you need to get your camper home, it's like, well, it's, I think there was some strange things going on. I think it's strange that he's there allegedly at 5:15 in the morning. You didn't even get off the phone till midnight. You got to sleep at 1 o'clock. Right? So you got to sleep 1 o'clock. 2, 3, 4. 3 hours and 23 minutes. 3 hours and 23 minutes maximum he could have got sleep that night if he was there at 5:15. What's up? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my love. Thank you, Debbie. Love you so much, my dear. Appreciate it. It is, Bridget, because we need to move on. Like we need to be able to move on. You know what I mean? Like, we've got to find Sebastian. Whatever happens, happens, and move on. Don't drop your phone in the tub. We need you. What did I see you say? I'll go look when I get out of the tub. This woman lives in the tub. Swear to God. I swear. She, every time I call her, what are you doing? I'm in the bathtub or in the pool. She should have been a fish. She should have been a fish. I'm in the pool. She's like, what? She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, scrubbing the floor. You know? Like, cleaning clothes on a washboard. That's yeah. I do love soaking in the tub. Yeah, she's in her pool. She's in the tub, eating bonbons. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Oh God, I love that lady. So yeah, let's do this. Bed at 1. Wait, okay. Phone call with Katie till 12 a.m. Okay. Bed asleep by 1 a.m. 1 a.m. to 4:23 a.m. equals 3 hour 23 minutes sleep. All right. Right? So, let's test out this theory. Chris is at work at 5:15 in the morning. Thank you, Red. Chris would have, we know, because from his location to the St. Jude's Hospital is 22 minutes. Right? Wake up, shower, get dressed, coffee, whatever. 30 minutes. Right? So 5:15 minus 22 minutes, 4:53, 30 minutes waking up, getting coffee, maybe eating breakfast. 4:23 in the morning. He would have had to leave his camper at 4:23 to be there at 5:15. Phone call with Katie. On the phone till 12 a.m. Right? He gets to sleep by 1 o'clock. 1 to 4:23 a.m. is 3 hours and 23 minutes. Is my phone lines open? Yes, they are. Make sure there are. Yep, there are. You may call in. Now, 3 hours and 23 minutes? Why? Why would you be there at 5:15 if you don't have to clock in until 7? Why? Exactly. How are you operating a crane on 3 hours of sleep? It would be kind of awkward, in my opinion. What did DJ say? Wasn't it said that Katie's friend went with CP to get the camper? I've heard that, but I mean, I don't know. Cindy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just had a
Oh.
thought, and it was too much to type.
Tell us.
He was supposed to be there at 5:15. Is what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
But he can't get on the crane till 7.
Right.
Okay. Katie called him at, what was it, 6:20 something?
6:03.
Sebastian?
Yep.
6:03. Well, in one of the videos or whatever, he said that he was in the crane.
Yep.
He had his partner or his manager in one ear and Katie in the other ear when she called to tell him that Sebastian was missing.
I see you. It's not been confirmed. It's been confirmed by this alleged PI. Sorry, go ahead. How can...
Okay, well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, how could he be in that crane at 7 something if she called him at 6:03?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep, I've made that point. How can he be in a crane with an earpiece in his ears? And I mean, why would he lie about that? If he's not lying, right, about anything else, right? If he was there at 5:15, right? If he was there at 5:15, why would he lie about being in a crane?
True. That just came to me, and I thought, I've got to say that. I didn't know if you...
Oh, yeah.
I've heard so much, I couldn't remember if that had been said or not.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I know. Crazy.
Either,
It's crazier every day.
you know, one or the other has to be true, right? You were either, I mean, you can't start work till 7 a.m. there at the hospital.
Yeah.
And that you can call the city and they'll tell you that. You can't start there till 7.
Right.
So if he got there at 5:15, I mean, let's think about that. Let's think about that for a minute. You get there at 5:15. Well, I mean, what? You let's say he clocked in at 6, which he can't. You clock in at 7. But 3 minutes later, Katie calls you and says, "Oh my God, you know, Sebastian's missing." No. Right? So in my opinion, he either was in Hendersonville hours before, or
What?
something.
I don't understand either. In that one video, he says that when Katie called him and he left work, that he left work and went to Nashville. Why would he have to go to Nashville? Why wouldn't he be going to Hendersonville?
Yeah, he said I went
Katie
straight to
was.
Nashville. I mean, I think he just calls. I mean, to be fair, I think that he's just saying Nashville, meaning Hendersonville. But he just,
Yeah.
I noticed that too. But it's like 10 minutes maybe difference or something. But
Yeah, I know it's close. And I don't know if you've seen in chat or not, but I know the lady that had the video of the light.
uh-huh.
And my cousin's best friends with her, but she's gone on vacation. They're gone on vacation, but she's going to talk to her when they get back to see if I can call and talk to her.
Uh-huh.
But she said that she was at Katie's house when Sebastian went missing, that she was over at Katie's house every day because she was so hysterical, that she was over there with her every day, consoling her and all this stuff.
Who was?
Taking food to her. The neighbor, her neighbor,
Okay.
was over there every day consoling her and taking food over there and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But she, they haven't been watching the latest updates on it and stuff. She hadn't heard nothing really since February. They haven't talked since February. So she don't really know what all's going on. So I was filling my cousin in on it, what all's been going on. And she got how to fit. She said, well, I'm going to start looking some of this stuff up.
Yeah.
And I said, well, just come on True Crime on Clutches of Pearl, and you'll understand.
Yeah. Now,
But
from
anyway, I'll let you get back to
all right, honey. Thank you for
chat.
calling.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So it's got to be one or the other. Thank you, Eve. Well, from what I understand, you can't even be on the ground like in the work area until 7. I don't know. I don't know. Video on a big crane operator and they have to go pee-pee in the funnel. Really? Chris pees in a funnel? Okay, cool. Breaking news. Didn't know crane operator. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that. Did not know that. Tower cranes have elevators for this. For someone to... No, they have... I don't think they have elevators. I think they have to take the stairs. I'm pretty sure. Clutch your pearls. Hey, hun, you got to turn me off on the background.
No, I was just giving you my number.
Okay, thanks.
This is Seth.
Oh, hey, Seth. Sorry. You okay? Sorry. I thought you were being a jerk. I thought it was a troll. Sorry. How are you doing?
I just figured I'd get...
Okay. Thank you, Seth.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Seth. I had his number, but I think I had his number. Oh, this is a different number. Okay, got it. I thought it was being an asshole. I was like, thanks, buddy. Okay. Bar brand. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, I think. I've got a question for you.
Sure.
I believe I heard or read that when they do an initial search, the way they search is differently than a secondary search.
Okay.
And that's why in the first search, there's only an 80% chance. There's a big window to miss something on that initial search.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a grid search.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if the more intense search has been done in the 5 mile range?
Yeah. They logged over 10,000 foot miles. 10,000 foot miles in that 5 mile radius. That's enough for one person to go from New York to California, California to New York, New York to California, California to New York, and New York to California again.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, they did. And the TBI fixed air wing, those cameras are incredible. They are incredible. Like, you can see literally a field mouse in the field. It is so incredible. So it's yeah, the grid searches were done. Uh Fixed wing aircrafts, drones, helicopters, horseback, ATVs.
Yeah, because if he were barefoot, he wouldn't be able to go far.
If he was barefoot, in my opinion, Sebastian, Seth is in here now in my chat. Sebastian, from what they have told us, he doesn't, first of all, he didn't like to be barefooted. I don't know anybody who would want to go barefooted willingly outside at night, much less a 15-year-old, much less a 15-year-old child with autism, when they have sensory issues. When he didn't want to open the back door because the noise that it makes. Well, adults are scared of the dark, right? Let alone a 15-year-old child. This, why would he go out barefooted? It would have to be because someone was on fire. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be if that's the only, and you're barefooted. Well, is he going to walk straight through the woods with sticks, briars, brush, and have that? You're not going to do that. He's more likely, if he would go barefooted, which I don't think he would to begin with, but he's going to walk alongside of a roadway, right? He's going to walk through, the neighborhood. There's not a scent of him. There is not anything of a camera on him. Nothing. Well, we have cameras of a strange car coming in. and we have one or two individuals coming from a common area, from a home that a child went missing from. So, we caught that, but we didn't catch, and that they go around a car, and one is running back toward the home that the child came missing from. So, and the car backs up and leaves the neighborhood.
I was just thinking if someone wanted to make it look like a runaway accident.
Yeah. Now, listen, I mean, yeah.
It would be close to home.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I agree. But that's also, if there is foul play, depending on what injury is, you may not want that to look like an accident, because you couldn't cover it up for any reason, right?
Yes, you could not explain that.
Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well,
I just wanted to find out about the searches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. I can't see Sebastian in the woods barefoot. There's sticks, snakes, all kinds of stuff out there. I mean, he might like the snakes. He did like snakes, Sebastian did. So, he might be like, he would probably like snake. I would be running like, our old cartoons that were the good cartoons, where you just see feet running back and forth like that. That'd be me. Clutch your pearls.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I just wanted to make a suggestion.
Sure.
They need to look for Sebastian up 65 North near Force Cave and Mammoth Cave.
Force Cave and what? Let me write this down.
They need to look near Mammoth Cave.
Nemus?
Mammoth. Mammoth. Mammoth Cave.
Spell that again. Namm.
No. Mammoth. Mammoth Cave.
Oh, Mammoth Cave. Okay.
And Horse Cave. It's 65 North.
Horse Cave?
Yes, it's
65.
an hour and 53 minutes from Henderson.
65 North. Now, why do you think that?
I've just been watching a lot of the maps and everything. So, I mean, it's not going towards Memphis, I guarantee you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. I had doubts. What did TJ say? I'd be running with you. Yeah, I can't do. Mammoth Cave. Okay, let's look at what's Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave. Is that a national park? Hold on, let me go to Google Earth. Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave. Is there a Tennessee? Okay. Let me show you. Okay. That can't be it. It's got to be hold on, that's Kentucky, isn't it? Isn't it, ma'am? It's Kentucky. Kentucky, old Kentucky. Keep on shining, Lord. Keep on shining. Okay. Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave. Holy shit, that's why there? Why would you? I mean, why there?
Barbara, wait.
Bar brand. Bar brand. Bar brand.
How lucky are you to talk to two Barbaras in one night?
I know. I know. So lucky.
I just want to ask if maybe you can clarify something.
I'll do my best.
I've been stuck on a point that, and this is the part I'm not quite sure about. A neighbor said that she spoke to Katie that morning when all of the chaos was beginning.
Yes.
And that Katie mentioned 11:30 as the time.
Yes.
She had the interaction.
I will read it to you.
With
Let
Sebastian.
me pull it up here. You'll just have to give me a brief moment so where I can pull it up.
Sure.
I actually have the text. Well, let me find it here. There's to go through like 20,000 of them, but let's see here.
I don't know how you keep track.
I don't either. I do a file, with any long-term case I have, and it gets okay. All right. Katie was outside with police when she went to take her kids to school. She stopped and asked what happened. Oh, guys, if Seth is in here, tell him to stay here. I need to ask him something after this. She stopped and asked him what happened. Katie told her she told Sebastian to go to bed around 9 o'clock. She fell asleep on the couch, never mentioning the conversation between her and Chris. Woke up around 11:30. Went in to check on Sebastian, which she previously said she didn't do anymore now that he's older. He must have been awake because his light was on, because according to the neighbor's ring light camera, she said that she said she told Sebastian to go to bed. He had to get up early the next morning. She walks across the house to go to her room to go to bed. And she's walking through the kitchen. As she's walking through the kitchen, she hears a loud noise. She yells back at Sebastian, asking him what that was. He says, "Nothing, Mom. Go to bed." So she does. According to the neighbor close to them, their ring camera shows the lights going on and off because it's so dark. This neighbor also mentions seeing a silhouette in the front room, possibly dining room window, for a couple minutes, and then the lights go off. Neither Chris nor Katie ever mentioned any of that.
Okay, so the ring camera footage corroborates what she told the neighbor. As far as the timing goes, of lights going on and off.
According,
that kind of at least it lines up.
According to that neighbor, yes.
Okay, so here's my question. I'll make this real quick so you can talk to Seth.
No, he's not. I think he left anyway, so you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll text him.
All right. A week later. when
Uh-huh.
they finally, make an appearance.
Are you there? Oh, caller, we lost her. Call back, caller. She'll call back. I just heard a week later, click. Chris been going overnight, had plenty of hours. I think this happened. I never understood the no shoe story because my son is moderate autistic, and even when he is in meltdown, won't go outside without shoes no matter what. Yes, Diana, that has been a lot of people said the same thing. Barbara, could you call back? Barbara, call the office, please. Barbara, please return the call to the office. I did not hang up on you, Barbara. Barbara, we're getting lost in translation here. Barbara, answer. Where are we at? Okay. Barbara, we need you. 17 hours, a side piece, or swapped out the camper at Daddy Sock's business. Yepper, something's up. I need to try to go back.
Call from Barbara Weeks.
Finally, you call me back. I was getting worried about you.
Page. I live in a place where signals go to night. We have terrible cell phone and terrible internet both. So it's a double whammy.
No worries.
Let's see, where were what I was asking was how does it help them to change that timeline to back that up from 10 o'clock? I mean, to 10 o'clock from 11:30. I've been trying to figure that out.
Good point.
And I think if we start thinking about it as 11:30 instead of 10, maybe that will change some things. I'm not sure.
It's closer to 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. I'll have to sit and think on that.
I mean, I can't, every time that people go, they adapt. They either because something they have said turned out to not be a good look.
Yep.
Or maybe it needed to match up better with what little evidence there is.
Yep.
And I know it's a small thing, the 11:30 to 10, but small things are all we have.
Small things can change everything. One the teeniest tiny thing can change everything. Everything in a case. The smallest thing, right?
Well, I know there are people out there a lot smarter than you and a lot of your subscribers. And you guys.
Well, you're breaking up.
I'm sorry.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, sorry, it was breaking up. But yeah, it can really change. One simple thing can change everything. Like, I'll be honest with you. Smiley, when she was talking about the dogs, when she was talking about those scratches on his arms, and he's like, oh, the dogs did that or something like that. And she's like, well, how? Because you said you weren't at the house. And he's like, It was something like that, and it almost got him. I can't remember what it was. In my opinion, it almost got him. And he had to really, in my opinion, think very quickly there. And that was, just something simple like that with something they said prior, right? And something they're saying now can't mesh, right? Because you said this earlier.
Right.
It can change everything. That's why it's dangerous
Well, every time
for
the
these people to
story
talk.
changes, it's not only, what does it change to, it's why did it change?
Oh, exactly. Why did it change? Why would it change? Why?
It's like when you're reading a mystery novel and they always say follow the money. Well, this is like follow the changes. And who does it benefit?
Why does it change? Why did Katie's story change? Did you fall off the bed? Are you okay in there? And then this story of Sebastian saying, "No, mom, go to bed." So there's all of these different accounts that they have said. There was never a thud or a noise ever in the first stories. And then it became, it wasn't, in Smiley's interview, for instance, it was, he was just in there, fooling around, messing around, playing, and she could hear him playing in there. And then it became a noise, and then it became, and I asked in Smiley's room, I was like, well, what kind of noise was it? It was just, he was playing around in there. Then Nancy asked, well, what kind of noise was it as well? A thud. Well, I asked you, and you just said he was playing around in there, just messing around in there. That's messing around, and a thud are two different sounds, right? And since when did you not check on your kid going to bed?
With the answers. One other thing, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Sure.
You know how when she gave the interview and she said she told him to go to bed, and he did.
Yeah.
And she does that funny little laugh.
Yep.
After that.
Yep.
Based on other things I heard people, and I'm pretty sure Seth is one of them. Once he was asleep, he was a heck of a sleeper. But getting him to sleep was another thing, or getting him to actually go to bed and go to sleep. And I always think when I heard that laugh, it was like, I told him to go to bed, and he did. Yeah, and pigs will fly, too.
Right. Yeah.
To me.
I don't see a 15-year-old kid that doesn't have a hard time going to bed at 9 o'clock. Right? I think it's more likely for Sebastian, in my opinion, I think it's more likely for Sebastian for her to go in there at 11:30 and be like, go to bed. Go to bed. You got to be up in the morning.
Yep. That story rang more true to me. And plus, it was immediately following.
Yeah. It seems more plausible. I mean, unless she gave him his medicine early. Maybe she could have given too much medicine. I don't know, right?
Yeah, right.
So.
Could be.
Oh, Barbara's breaking up again.
I'm sorry.
All right. I heard that part. Thanks, Barbara. Bye-bye. Misty, thank you so very much for that. Lord, we ask that you comfort Caleb's loved ones. Please give them peace beyond human comprehension. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, Justin Hun, hugs. Thank you so very much. I agree. In Jesus' name. Clutch your pearls.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Mary.
This is my first time to call in.
Hey, Mary. Thanks for calling.
Absolutely. I just left a message on somebody else's phone. Interesting that you're going to get about this case. So sorry to hear everything.
It's all right. No worries.
Thank you, and thank you for the coverage that you do on this. I just have a couple of things I'd like to run by you and ask and get your opinion on.
Sure.
I am from the Tennessee area over on the Gulf State right now, and I have a friend of mine who is a retired TBI who works the case in the Upper East Tennessee area. I'm pretty sure he was probably working or close to working on the Wells case. Anyway, I sent him some information about this case, and he looked it up, and I researched it or called the office or whatever he did. Anyway, he got back to me, and he said, one thing I can tell you is that Tennessee has the spousal privilege law, I guess, whatever that is. Typically, we see that kind of like when a couple is having to testify against one another.
Correct.
In a case. Well, in this situation, apparently it also covers before they even get to trial, like right now, that they're not going to say anything because neither one wants to go to jail. And there could be a threat. There could be something like, if they were already going to plan on getting divorced, and then this happened, or it was planned, or it was an accident, or whatever, then you've got one of them's got leverage, or both will have leverage, and so they'll, either my way or the highway, right?
Right.
So, or we have to protect each other's, and so they became each other's alibis very clearly.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that about the spousal privilege rule in the state of Tennessee for somebody outside of us. It was not even a crime being proven yet, or if a crime even has been proven.
Yes, in some states you do not have to say anything against your spouse at all. That is true. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot the hell what I was going to say. Yeah, and that goes for beforehand as well. Oh, my opinion and my opinion only. I do not think that Katie has spoke to the TBI by herself.
I don't think so either, in my opinion.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
And
she is not a good liar.
No, she's not. And Chris obviously won't let her. That's why she went. In my opinion, that's why he made her go to Memphis, because he didn't want her there talking to anybody that could break her. And with the fact that she was planning to get divorced, and in my opinion, I feel like maybe Chris gave her an ultimatum and saying, I want to get Faith, who's a healthy little 5-year-old girl, versus your son who has issues, and so you're going to help me do this, and then we get divorced, and once I get custody, you can go on, which makes me think about when you go to the flashlight video, and a comment that Chris made when they were questioning me on it with the panel, when it was all the women on there, and he was just going off on them really, really bad. When came on, he was going off, and he said, I could tell you 100% that Sebastian went out that front door and off the porch, 100%. And they said, how do you know that? Tell us. And he goes, I don't have to tell you anything. I just know. So you weren't there. So I think that when he is saying stuff like that, he knows because he was there, or two, he knows part of what the plan was. And I know this is kind of a stretch in a way, but think about the is it Muir child that got parents hit him in that compound, that religious compound in Tennessee or whatever. Dad beat him up, the football player dad that beat him up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They say there's a bunch of cultist places like that all over Tennessee that are compounds, and they stay extremely quiet, kind of off the grid stuff. And I'm thinking about, maybe they didn't do anything physically to him, and maybe that's why they had the greatest night of their life the night before, the day before. because they knew that he was going to be going to some place like that, and maybe through their religious contacts, he's in one of those compounds somewhere, and that's why Katie's not all the pieces. That she's cool, calm, and collected because she knows that he's alive, and that's why you also don't have a trace of him outside. That car was there to pick him up and take him off.
Now, okay, now I personally don't think that happened, in my opinion. ICU, are you still in here? ICU to the office, please. ICU to the office. Because we actually have text from Chris saying that something to the effect of, that's why I don't want to misquote it and say it, but something to the effect of he didn't go out the door.
That's interesting because that's what he said on the in the interview. 100%.
Yeah, and he also said that if someone would have came to that front door, they would have been seen. You might have missed my live on that. I've got him saying, plus, if somebody would have came to that front door, they would have been seen. Nothing was seen. Nothing. And remember, someone was seen taking the trash out. Well, the house camera on the other side of the house, it's closer to their front door than it is the driveway, right? It's closer to their front door than it is the driveway. It's seen someone, you can't tell exactly who it is, but you can see it's a human being. It was dark, right? But you can, when the night vision comes on, it looks like it's, everything's kind of like gray looking, but you can see really good still. You just can't really see in color at that time. So,
and it could have been him taking out the trash, and then something happened afterward.
I believe it was him taking out the trash. Personally, I do believe it was him taking out the trash. I think Katie would not have said that because she knows that the across the street can see them, and someone was taking out the trash. She said it was Sebastian taking out the trash. I believe it was Sebastian taking out the trash. And then I think he went in and something happened.
Well, and the other thing, too, that I found fascinating, I'm a nurse, so I understand about brain shunts and brain issues. And I know that Sebastian had some issues with the brain, right?
He had a chromosome deletion. He had a chromosome deletion, and he was recently diagnosed with autism.
Okay, I remember somewhere either with Seth or with Katie, and it might have been Seth. I'm not sure when he was talking about how they have to be careful for his head.
Yes, he had like a pocket of fluid. Yeah, we'll just for like.
So if you hear a thud in quote unquote,
yes.
I know that now. If you hear a thud in your child's room and they have that type of an issue with their brain, that's the first thing you're going to do. Is like, oh my God, they hit their head.
Yeah.
They're flying in there.
Yeah.
And
if you heard a thud and your kid didn't have that, you would check. Let alone if they did, right? That's a common thing because it's unknown at that time. When you hear a sound in your house that's out of place, you check on it, whether your kid is there or not, right? You hear something around your house that's not normal to the sounds of your home, you check. It's human nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But especially if you have someone that is vulnerable.
Bingo.
Medically vulnerable. So
yep.
That theory does not really fit with me either. You know
yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think that's just thrown in there. So But yeah, I just thought it was interesting because my friend and I were talking about the Wells case too, and I thought, well, that's been kind of the same type, exactly the same type of thing. Neither one of them, they're both are alibis, and they're both not saying anything for any kind of criminal, anything gets, charged against them or whatever, if that's what happened. And he said it's just so frustrating because that's why we sit on these cases for years until one of them finally breaks.
Yep.
And that was like, wow, that was an eye opener for me. So
Yeah.
I think that's where we are.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into that more for sure and learn more about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. That's interesting.
Yeah. And I definitely hope that they are taking a look at the religious compounds and stuff around in the areas and up in the mountains and everything, because I don't get, psychologically, I don't get Katie's dissonance and how, unless she knew he was alive, or unless she had totally, completely psychologically just, I don't want to say broken, that's not the word I want to use, but just so distant from losing her child.
Right.
Her behavior tells me, not that she knows that he's dead and he's somewhere, and I don't think he's in the river. I think that they gave him to somebody because they thought they were going to get saved, and that he's okay. And once they get through all this and the dust settles, she may have contact with him. I don't know, because it's just too weird. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I may be, that's the best case scenario for me. I hope he is somewhere happy.
Me too. God, I pray. God, I pray. Lord, I pray. Yes. Yes.
So, but thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for calling in.
All right. You have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lisa, I apologize. It took me a minute to get to yours. Lisa, thank you for your super chat. Justin, I may be way off, but could it be that CP allegedly went to work at 5:15 because he brought Sebastian back to Memphis with him? He left Sebastian in the trailer and didn't want to be there with him. Justin, part 2 to my super chat. Remember the woman who saw a man with a young man sleeping in the front sleep with a, maybe that really was CP and Sebastian. It's very possible. Very
Jenny.
Hey Jenny.
Hey there. How are you?
It's Forrest Gump, Jenny.
Forrest Gump.
You're my Jenny.
Oh, thank you, Forrest.
How are you doing? Thank you for calling.
Oh, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm doing all right.
I'm Barbara.
It's still 95 degrees outside, but other than that,
Yeah.
I'm not roasted to a crackly crunch yet. I want to make it crystal clear and across the board.
Thank you.
Okay, that when I first watched Nancy Grace, the first time I set my eyes on these people, I knew they were gospel liars.
Mm-hmm.
And that nothing that they said made any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't true.
Yeah.
I telling the truth is easy. Lying is the hard part. You have to remember every single word of that lie to get people to believe you.
And it doesn't change.
And it does not change.
Like, yes. Ever. Yep. It is what it is.
The truth is the truth. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start adding to it or taking away from it, it's nothing but a lie.
That's right.
So these two people that are really start coming clean soon, or I'm really surprised that, Sumner County is this dirty, that they haven't picked him up yet on charges for, the child abuse on him, the teachers that have called in when he got power sprayed by, Chris.
Allegedly.
I mean, well, no, there was a witness to that. They saw that. Why they didn't call in, I don't know. I mean, what's with Sumner County? Are they as dirty as all the cops up there? I mean, if somebody really wants to become famous up there, I suggest somebody tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because I think quite a few people up there know what happened to that poor guy. I really, really do.
Maybe.
And for some reason, they're so afraid to open their mouth. The Proudfoots and Bower Fox ain't all that.
Thank you, dear.
They're just not all that and a bag of chips too.
That's right.
If they're thinking that they're having a fear on this town, because of their power and their wealth, they got another thing coming.
Right. Well,
they're all mixed in on this stuff.
Let's hope that they figure it out soon.
Tell the truth. Let's not analyze this. We know they're nothing but pathological liars. I mean, if that's how they want to live their own lives, that's on them. They want to lie to each other back and forth. That's on their thing. But to sit there and lie to the whole world is a whole nother story.
Right.
So, I suggest they get this over with, come clean. Because they're going to get, he's going to be found.
I pray.
He will be found. Oh, he will be found.
I really
Sooner
hope
or
so.
later. That I can make crystal clear too. And they will go to jail. And they might even have lengthier sentences for sitting there, hiding the truth for so long.
Yeah, if somebody did something, they need to go to jail. Absolutely. If somebody did something, absolutely. My dear, I'm getting another phone call. I'm going to answer that. Thank you so much for calling, okay? Call back soon.
I'm just waiting.
Hello, Helen. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I'm fantastic.
This is my first time calling in. We're talking about Sebastian. And I've heard of.
Oh, you're breaking up, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
A lot of different, opinions about going out the door. And to me, in my opinion, Chris made up the story. And I've heard it from other callers.
Could you speak up just a little bit?
He made up the story about going out the front door so that they would do forensics in the house, that he was treated as a runaway. Does that sound like it would make sense to you?
I mean, they're going, law enforcement, they're going to go over, they go through the house, they search through everything. If there's any reason I guess whether they think there should be some type of forensics, that they're going to do it. But if they, if they have you don't do forensics on something that you got to know if something's been there or.
He created the story of a runaway because they wouldn't, do fingerprints or like really no sign of him even living in the house except for his bedroom. That's what it makes all this weird.
Yeah.
And you have something up on your screen about the cave. What was that all
Yeah, a caller called in about some cave in Kentucky, but I don't understand, why this certain cave in Kentucky. Like, did this come from some other creator or what?
First I think Sebastian you put in there?
They said look around this area, but to be honest with you, like, I have to have a reason why people should look there. You know what I mean? I mean, this is literally in a different state, in the middle of the state. I mean, so I would have to have some sort of convincing, why this area.
And when I do all these theories, none of it makes sense until the theory that I've come up with, in my opinion, and allegedly, is that possibly Katie and
Can you speak up a little bit, dear?
Katie and Chris put Sebastian possibly in a facility. I'm thinking Canada,
No, I don't think so.
where he could be taught, how to have better manners and stuff like that.
No, I don't
think so.
No, not at all.
Do you think he's unalive then?
I think that he's it's a higher probability that he's not. Mm-hmm. I pray to God I'm wrong. But, we'll just have to see.
And then Caleb Harris was confirmed because I missed your first hour.
Oh, was it come from a psychic? So, I don't know. No, not you. I was talking to someone in chat. Sorry. What was that?
Was Caleb Harris confirmed that was him?
Yes, that is him. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah. My dear, I'm getting another call, so I'm going to take that. Thank you so much for calling. Nice talking to you. Bye-bye. Oops. Caller, please call back. Yeah, I personally don't buy, respectfully, all respect, I don't go on tips of psychics or anything like that. Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
So, question. I've gone back and forth, with the case of what could happen, what happened to Sebastian. What it always brings me back is, what is really the deal with law enforcement there? It's mind blowing. It's like Chris has done shows where he said this or made statements of that. And law enforcement at the very least should know now, was he at work at 5 in the morning or was he at work at 7?
Well, he couldn't have started work till 7, but he may have been there at 5:15.
To just show face. Possibly. But I mean, law enforcement, I really hope that there's just this, have this great investigation behind the scenes and things are getting moving. It's just, I'm in Pennsylvania, like 45 minutes to Philadelphia. There's no way that this kind of investigation would fly here. Like, everything points to foul play. There's no scent. Well, I mean, I don't know. This case is a joke in that sense. Like, once there's a scent, then there's no scent. It's like everything that's said is taken back. So there's really very limited facts here. I'm just like mind blown with law enforcement.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't, and it's just a shame because I feel like that is, it's really dropping the ball on poor Sebastian and Summer Wells and things like that. But I guess I just wanted your opinion. Like, do you think law enforcement has something like that we're all missing behind the scenes?
I think it's just going to be one of those things where nothing is going to be solved in this case until he is found, or until someone admits, or until some evidence is found, discovered, relooked at, that leads them to, someone is lying.
Right. But at the very least, at this point, when you look back at the flashlight videos and things like that, there is movement there. Something happened.
Yeah.
Autistic boy does not leave with no shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
So it all points to foul play. Like, there's things that it needs to be investigated in a completely different way.
Well, this is the thing. Katie could have drove out of her garage 12 times that night. And that doesn't mean there was a crime committed. Right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chris or Katie could have ran through all the neighbors' yards. And but that's still, it's suspicious. But you got to have like the full picture before, like, you have to have the full picture before law enforcement will prosecute.
Well, yeah, of course you have to have your whole case built up, but that doesn't, mean that you can't have your forensics done. I mean, where the GPS is pulled on the cars, because we don't even know for sure if Chris was here,
They have,
there.
I mean, again, they have absolutely pulled their dashes out for sure. They have and checked, just like they did Dawn and Candace Wells like that. They pulled, I think Dawn's truck they pulled out twice. And they can absolutely know, for instance, that this person wasn't there at that time, right? But again, that's just one piece, right? That's just one piece. Okay, for instance, Chris, you said you was there. Well, we found out that you were here. Can you explain that? You don't have to talk. That's up for the prosecutors. It's frustrating. Trust me. It is so frustrating. I could bite nails sometimes.
But it's so funny. So if you get pulled over and a cop is suspecting you're drinking, that's probable cause. He could go just right into your car and search it, do whatever really you want at that point, because he's saying he has probable cause. Why can't they go back in and do some forensics? Because we don't, and we're not really entitled to know, was luminol done, things like that.
Right.
But it doesn't seem, at this point, and I just hope I'm wrong. I guess I'm just mind blown by this whole investigation.
So,
I know.
That's
my rant.
It's I'm there with you. Trust. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm just like,
I
what
am.
in the world?
I know. I know. When it doesn't make
'Cause, I mean,
sense and you're
everything's so
like, what the
shady.
hell? This doesn't make sense. Why are you not? But it's,
Yeah.
it's
Well, number one, the mom is not searching. Like, I would flip
what?
this world upside down
Yeah.
to look for my child.
Hmm. Yeah. Why would a
And
mother
I would
not
not stop.
search? I mean, that's a good question.
Why?
Why would a mother not search? Why would a stepfather not help search? Why
Well,
is
it's apparent
Katie?
how he felt about Sebastian.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. But
Hmm.
that's
In
still
hindsight, yeah, why would he not?
it's your stepson.
Hmm.
And to me, it says one reason. You don't look for something that's not missing. You're not going to waste your energy on something. You're not going to wander around in the woods all day knowing where something is, right? If I have my car keys on my counter, right, and I know where in the kitchen counter, but am I going to spend 8 hours in the living room looking for my
Yeah,
keys?
like
No, because I know where
I
it is.
just
I'm
can't.
not going to waste my energy on it.
Right. I mean, she shows it. I mean, she shows that I don't even. She's like not one motherly instinct. I just don't. I can't. I have no grace for her. I try, and I think that maybe Chris did this, and she was sleeping, and maybe she just doesn't know. And maybe he's very manipulative behind the scenes, which I believe he is.
Oh, I do too.
But
Absolutely.
then, uh, is there fear in Katie? But I think Katie is strong in her own way. She had, a tough
She is.
childhood.
Yeah.
I feel like she has a harder shell than maybe we know. We don't know too much of her. Doesn't show face much.
I mean, this woman
But
signed up for the army. She took things in her own hands and signed up for the army. And, you know, she took, she's not a wilting violet.
hmm but then sometimes, when you have gone through what she's gone through, that's that trauma that maybe because people have hurt her and they leave her or she's taken away. Maybe there's that trauma there where she feels like Chris has been with her and she doesn't want to lose him.
But sorry, I said it. You're right. It's Navy. I said Army, but Navy. You're right. Um. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
but I think Katie is, and I think Chris are, in my opinion, in this for the long haul between the two of them, and that's that. You know what I
hmm
mean?
And the parents too. I mean, why are we not searching but we're following YouTubers? What is that?
Why do they give a rat's buffoon what they think anyone
Right? I don't
thinks of them?
understand.
Yeah.
Just makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
Great
calling, my
girl.
dear.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You
you.
take care.
You too. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Guys, 1 second, please. All right, guys. Sorry about that. It's late, Justin. I understand. I was wrong. Yeah, it's late. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Me love you long time. All of you. I texted you the links instead of emailing you. I'm not computer savvy. That's fine. Uh, Text actually works better for me, to be quite honest with you, because I can answer them quicker. Let me take this banner down. Josh, are you going live? You're right, Fade to Black. You're right. Thank you, guys. Are you going live, Josh? Hell no. Why not? Come on, do it live. Oh, thank you, Nashville. Just went out to eat, pretty much. That's it. Yeah, I know. We miss Josh. I know. I know. I tell him, keep going. Keep going. Chugga lugga choo choo, chugga lugga choo choo. I had surf and turf. All right, guys. Prayers for Caleb's family. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. We'll see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. Good night. Stay the course. Amen. Like CM says. Yeah. Love you guys. Bye bye.